Welcome back to the Morning Wrap. I'm joined again by the lot Suzanne Marques and style analyst Brandon Williams. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
My pleasure.
Everyone feeling good after the Oscars? Still hyped?
Feeling
tired, but you
so
know.
we got the sunglasses on.
I should have done that. That is such a pro move.
Yeah,
Your glasses would kind of match your outfit.
I know. Listen, just talk to me later. I got you. No worries.
Well, we're so glad you're here, and you, by the way, because we're talking fashion. This is our segment called What's the Buzz? And the current buzz on the internet is all about the Oscars. So we're going to start off with this. First up, Cara Delevingne.
Cara Delevingne.
There we go.
Spoiler alert.
Look at how gorgeous she was.
She was the best dress of the night. Hands down to me. It's really hard to do classic and cool, and especially with such a old homage to like old Hollywood. I mean, that color is amazing. Kind of similar to the Grammy look that you had last with the red.
Oh yeah,
you know the red is the vibe.
And you know what's wonderful? Remember the last award show? About this time last year, she was going through something. She went to rehab. She's clean. She's sober. I'm so proud that she came back.
Kid.
Yes.
And Ellie Saab.
Exactly.
Can't be wrong. You know?
Oh yeah, I get it.
I feel like we saw a lot of leg at the Oscars too.
That was
a
common thing. Very dream-like and ethereal kind of vibe from most of the women on the carpet. A lot of white. But that's why you have a standout moment like this with Cara, when she's wearing red, and I was floored when I saw it. I mean, from the jewelry to the hair, and just the vibe. It was
owning
killer.
that.
Yeah,
The volume was just beautifully sculpted there.
Yeah, I love it. It was a moment for sure. I mean, it just fits.
Yeah.
You know.
All right. How about we go to the next? We have a male who is one of the most talked about men out there. Daddy Zaddy, of course, that's Pedro Pascal from The Mandalorian and every other show, SNL skits. We love it.
I'm still calling him Unc. Man, you know, sometimes maybe we can go get a drink, man. I can just take the leftovers, whatever you want, man. Like, he's amazing in Xenia. I mean, I think that he makes really conscious and smart style choices in a lot of the red carpets that we see. And it's such a contrast to what we look and see him on his show Last Days. I mean, it's just one of those things where you're like, wow, you clean up nice, buddy.
Sure does.
You know? I mean, that kind of a collar, it's a double layered bandless collar with some hardware, no tie, and elegant in black. And I can't say more about this look. I mean, it's amazing. Xenia's, I have on Xenia today too.
Oh,
look at you.
It's very nice.
You know?
He's a little biased, folks.
So
Yeah, a little
classy.
biased.
But it is great. I think those are the top two looks so far.
We have Florence Pugh coming up next.
Okay.
Yeah, Florence is wearing Valentino, and she's like one of those newcomers that is taking on a lot of her style choices head on. It's a classic vibe, but it has like this really nuanced short that goes with it. I mean, she's showing leg too. Her accessories were a little off the cuff, and I think that's why we love her, right? Like look, oh my gosh, like Tiffany's necklace.
Yeah, she even had the septum ring.
Great.
And I love, and the hair is, I saw a lot of that, the really tight bun and then the sculpted pony where it almost created like another moment back here.
Yeah, and I think one of the common themes between the ladies is like finding a way to do that classic, elegant, simplistic at a high level and still be really cool. Like, this is an homage to old Hollywood, right? But it's still super, super cool. And I think the ladies, they really nailed the carpet last night. The guys, they were very classic, but this is one of my highlights for sure.
I like that it tricks you from the back, right? In the back, I'm like, oh, this is a beautiful guy. And then the front, it's like, wait, we have a party going on.
It's like if a dress was a mullet.
Yeah.
Right?
But in a great way.
In a great way. Hey, mullets had their day, you know, and they recently had a comeback, so it's all good.
All right, let's go to a classic look. We have Austin Butler, who was nominated for Elvis last night. Some say he is still living his best life as Elvis, and he's wearing Saint Laurent, looking fantastic.
Yeah, he looks amazing, and for whatever reason, like you said, he's living his best life. He will not let go of that accent. It's like, oh, I don't know, snuck. You know, like, yeah, just chill, bro, but you look great. I mean, if I was him, I would do the same thing.
You know, a lot of people are talking to, I know we're talking fashion, but I love the gossip. He crossed paths with Vanessa Hudgens last night, that's his ex. And they didn't even talk to each other, but people are saying they made an appearance together, which he's now with Kaya Gerber, Cindy Crawford's daughter. They were not there together. They're not reunited. Kaya and Austin are happy as can be, and Vanessa just happened to walk by and photographer snapped it.
I mean, the couple though, they look gorgeous. I saw pictures of them walking on the red
Yeah.
carpet. Oh my goodness.
I mean,
it's stunning.
I'm envious of Austin Butler. He's,
We are.
he's the guy. I want his suit and his life. It's cool.
You gotta get the accent though. I think
know.
that's how you start
I'm
heading
gonna,
down
I'm gonna
that
go home
path.
and watch Elvis right now.
Well, we want to talk about the Little Mermaid now.
Are you excited for Little Mermaid?
I am. I saw when the preview aired last night. I was like, oh my god, this is
I'm
gonna
very
be good.
excited. It's going to be a big year for Halle, excuse me, and she's wearing Dolce & Gabbana. She looked like a princess, and it was a custom look. And again, we're going to see a lot from her this upcoming year with the release, obviously, of the film. And from what we heard last night, you're going to be expecting a lot more looks like this, kind of like living in that princess moment, that Disney queen. And we love it, man. She's beautiful.
Yes, it's all of that tulle is so youthful, and then it's almost like sea foam, and it gives you that feeling she's emerging from the waves.
Yes.
And yeah, I love
Emerging from the waves. Wow.
yeah.
The next time I see her on the carpet and I'm going to steal that one.
I
That's
think I
amazing.
still have the trailer in my mind because I'm living for her in that trailer, how she brings it to life, where she comes out of the sea and the waves are crashing around her. So I love that she's giving us that reminder who she's going to be in, less than a month, is it? May 26th?
Yes.
I have my dates off.
When I saw her on the carpet,
Breathtaking.
it's one of those dresses that really looked great on stage too. Because that was one of the things that I was having a problem with. Last night, I saw a lot of great looks on the carpet and some not so good on the carpet, and then they got on stage and I was a believer. I'm like, so this is one that, handled both really well, and not gonna lie, it made me sing A Whole New World. A little bit.
Let's talk about last year's Best Supporting Actress winner, Ariana DeBose.
She did the thing.
She sure did. She
Looks so
did the
good.
thing.
Yes, when she's wearing Versace, got the lovely power shoulder. White was the color of the night. Again, a real dreamlike, ethereal kind of vibe. And I think it was a very powerful look for her. And a lot of the critique was that she wanted to feel empowered. She wanted to feel safe. Obviously, with the things that have been going on since the mixtape that came out. That wasn't so well received.
Yeah, I think the Brits just don't get American energy because they were so stone-faced. I felt like, okay, we want to bring her back to Hollywood, and we would all be on our feet.
I think I still, it's in my head, it lives rent-free.
Yeah,
Every time somebody does their thing, I'm like, she did the thing.
Exactly.
We want to talk about an Oscars presenter as well.
Okay.
There you go.
Listen, John Cho is the man. Styled by a good friend, Jing Yang. She always gets it right as a stylist. Such a legend, and he's wearing Xenia again. Guys, for whatever reason, have their reasoning for picking a very classic look. I think this is just between classic and nuance, the way it closure, and the classic touch with the velvet. What is that, velvet? And he looks amazing. I mean, the tailoring is on point, and he's just the epitome of what a gentleman should look like on Oscar night.
There you go.
All right, let's show the Best Supporting Actress we've been talking about. I'm wearing purple in her honor. Angela Bassett, who was nominated, unfortunately didn't win, but she looked beautiful.
She looks beautiful.
Stunning.
And I think,
breathtaking.
her carpet looks so far have just been up like completely on the same level, elevated. She's regal. I mean, all of her color choices. That's Jeremy Scott and Moschino, and it just, man, such a trendy designer giving us a classic moment on the carpet for Miss Queen herself, Angela Bassett. I love it.
She's just
and look at the
perfect.
accessories. It's
She's
amazing.
literally perfect.
Yes, she is. And speaking of that, we have another piece of perfection, Emily Blunt.
She killed it. Emily Blunt was flawless.
I missed this, so this is my first time seeing this.
Look
If it's
at
the
that.
white that you, wow.
See,
she
again,
looks
another
gorgeous.
white look. I think that's probably, Emily is probably the most simplistically dressed in white, and she's wearing Valentino, and it's Judith LeBier bag, and her jewelry, her hair. She was on the carpet with The Rock, and so there was a really stark contrast between his ballet pink suit, which we'll touch on a little bit later, and her white, but I mean, she just stood out like an angel.
Well, speaking of her date, because they arrived together, he wore ballet pink, which I loved. One of the ballets put his jacket on him because it was so tight. And look, you didn't want to get a wrinkle in that.
I mean, I can
loved
relate.
it.
I can
Me
relate. My
too.
jacket was very tight. I didn't have a valet this morning, but it's cool. I think, look, there's a lot of ways you could approach this jacket. The Rock is obviously the man, no matter what. There were some people who love it or hate it. And I think with something different, there was an opportunity to do a little bit of a different touch and not so classic. But I mean, how can you hate on The Rock?
Exactly. And I really liked it because I feel like guys can't really play with their outfits too much.
And the color choice too.
Exactly. And I love that, you know, The Rock is the one that wore kind of this pink color and everything else. Yeah.
Absolutely. And I think it's a great, I mean, for a guy his stature, to be bold and brave, pull off that, and
you go The Rock.
On a chant, he did the thing.
Yeah, he did. He did
You know
the
what I'm
thing. We now want to go to Elizabeth Olsen.
Elizabeth Olsen, she was like my underdog of the night. She was quietly like one of the best in a what they call a wet hair look. She always kills it. It's a Givenchy look. Giuseppe Zanotti shoes, and I think one way to do black is classic, and you can also do a little trendy, but I think this is a happy medium. And she just knows how to pose. She knows how to, her stature's always correct. And you know, she's got the last name Olsen. How can you can't go wrong there?
Yeah, I kept thinking of her sisters. One of the twins, she had that look down. Didn't she channel the sister?
It was completely like, it reminded me when we have the last past year catch the twins in New York just getting coffee, and they look just like Elizabeth.
Yes, they do.
I'm like, they're triplets.
We are going to move on now to Jonathan Majors.
Okay, interesting story about Jonathan Majors. He's in a designer by the name of Jeffrey B. Smalls, one of his friends. The look was inspired by Frederick Douglass.
Oh,
and so, you know, it's one of those things, again, tailoring is everything. Black is obviously the classic way to go. And there is a moment where you have to kind of like keep fastening, keep tightening, and like making sure you're good. So his tie was slipping a little bit, but it was such a creative way to approach classic. So shout out to him. And if he needs a stylist to make sure his tie's good, John, call me, man.
I love him. I interviewed him for the latest Creed movie. We shared the same birthday, and
cool.
He's as fabulous as a Virgo as a birthday brother can be.
I mean, shout out to thyself, you know?
Right.
I love it. Yeah,
you guys
that's a
are
good
so
look.
fun.
Okay, now let's talk about Halle Berry. She looks so beautiful.
Stunning.
In Tamara Ralph and styled by Lindsay Flores. I love that she was on stage doing the honors of passing the baton with, you know, making history for Michelle Yeoh.
No, it's a great, anytime we see Halle Berry in any award show on any carpet, it's amazing. I can't even really critique because something happens in my soul when I see her. They accuse me from being professional, giving a fashion critique. I mean, look at that.
She's perfect.
I mean, the white
this
and
is
the
art.
leg,
This is art right here.
everything else.
I love it.
All right, you guys. Well, thank you so much for the fashion recap. Appreciate having you here, Andy. I learned a lot, by the way. I think I'm officially a fashionista.
I mean, I bestow the crown.
I'm gonna show up to work looking great. That's our show. We'll see you next time. Have a great one.